Woohoo! I am finally 6 months post-op from ACDF surgery. I had levels C5 through C7 fused. Here's my 6-month update. I am Amy Giaquinto, I am Mama Fix-It, and here's how the last 6 months have been and how I feel right now. I feel pretty good. I'm gonna start with the positives. I have a lot more mobility that's pain-free, as you can see. And my scar is looking pretty okay as well. I was able to get back to some of my activities, the low to moderate impact activities, and I did get a release, and I still need to be very, very careful on how I move because I don't want to injure this, and my neck muscles are still extremely sore. I can finally ride my bicycle for more than a couple miles at a time. Woohoo! But I can't jump my bicycle. Oh well, I'll take it. I can sing, I can dance, I can put my underpants, which is quite the accomplishment when you have ACDF. Yes, I was able to cartwheel again, so yay, I'm so excited. Left arm did not collapse. It is definitely getting stronger. So I can cartwheel even with a boot on. So I can also go swimming, although when I tried to swim the first time, my neck got pretty sore. So I prefer floating at this point. And you have to watch your position in the pool because if you're looking up, that tends to make these muscles here all really sore. So if you swim, just be careful. In terms of my healing, I'm still having numbness and tingling like through here and the back of my hand. I still have some up through the inside of my bicep and then up through my shoulder and chest. So that's not great. However, the surgeon did say that it could take 1 to 2 years before I got the feeling back, if I was going to get feeling back. The good news is, and I guess the bright side on this is, that the other day when I was in for a massage, I got a muscle spasm right here in the tip of my finger. So whether that means anything or not, I don't know, but it was a really cool sensation, and I was taking it as an indication that maybe some of those nerves are trying to fire again. So fingers crossed. I'm also having a ton of pain in through my pec muscles and my deltoids, in my shoulder and chest area, and right around my collarbone, anywhere there are neck muscles attaching. So that's not fun, but I'm working through it with physical therapy and massage, and I'm hoping to get back into some acupuncture as soon as my acupuncturist has some availability. And on to the swallowing issue. Oh my gosh, the swallowing issue is still an issue. Still having trouble with it. I went to the speech language pathologist. You can check out the video that I made on that or on the ear, nose, and throat journey to get to the speech language pathologist. And I shared with you some exercises that she gave me. I've been doing most of them, although I have to admit I haven't been as great about the voice exercises as I have been about the swallowing exercises just because of time. I feel really time crunched lately because by the time I'm done with physical therapy and then doing massage and then trying to get a regular exercise workout in, plus working full time and having kids home for the summer and all of the millions of appointments that I've had to go to and coordinate, I'm really struggling to fit it all in. So I will be doing those voice exercises when I can, but it's just not as consistent because my voice isn't as big of an issue as my swallowing problem. It just gets a little tired when I talk a lot or when I get loud, like cheering my kids on at karate. I did go back to karate for about 3 weeks. I was not allowed to spar or grapple or do any kind of jumping or takedowns or anything that had any kind of impact whatsoever. So a lot of times during certain warm-up activities and cool-down activities, I would just head off the mats and go do physical therapy exercises instead, which was pretty beneficial, if I do say so myself. It was a little bit of a bummer not to be able to do all of the jumping that I like to do, but at the same time, I felt really good to be back because I was back with my people in my community and I was exercising again. And that felt so good. My undifferentiated connective tissue disease has been acting up in weird ways here and there, so I've got other stuff going on as well. I was walking barefoot outside like I always do this time of year, nothing different, and I took a step and there's this tendon, it's called the peroneus brevis, and it runs behind your ankle bone and down along the side of your foot and attaches. I believe it's somewhere in here. Anyway, I was just walking along and that tendon went boink and snapped over the ankle bone. And of course, when it did that this time, it caught on this bony ridge. And so it looks like, based on the MRI I had done after I saw the podiatrist, that I have a longitudinal tear in peroneus brevis, and peroneus brevis is completely flattened. So the doctor gave me the boot, literally, didn't kick me out of his office, gave me a boot to wear for 2 weeks and gave me some methylprednisolone, which is a steroid pack, to try and reduce the swelling and to rest that tendon in the hopes that maybe I wouldn't need surgery, because yes, he did bring up the S word, the surgery word. And that's a really bad word for me right now. I mean, I'm 6 months out from this. I don't want another surgery. So, you know, that's wreaking havoc on my body. I also have peroneus brevis on my right side is also snapping. I've got right foot pain. I've got, you know, knee pain that sometimes sparks and sometimes doesn't. I'm having another tendon that's popping off over here. I think that's like an ulnar tendon or something, and that's popping out of its groove or subluxing. I've had headaches from time to time. I just get like a lot of muscle tension up and through here and through my throat. And so those are the things that I'm dealing with. I've been treating a lot with just taking Tylenol as needed. It's not awful, but it's not great either. And part of me feels like I woke up from surgery in somebody else's body, and I don't know how to operate that body because a lot of stuff is broken that wasn't broken before. But I'm sure that's just all part of the process. It's part of having undifferentiated connective tissue disease. It's part of going through a major operation. So I'm hopeful that in the upcoming weeks and months and all the way through the end of the year that I will be able to get my body back in shape and some of this stuff will calm down. I'm just going to keep working as hard as I can to manage my, parts falling off. And I would just request that if you're walking down the street someday and you see like an arm, a leg, a knee joint, an ankle joint, a finger or something, that you just pick it up and send it back to me because it's probably mine. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Although I've had to take yet another break from karate, I am still bicycling because you can bicycle in a boot. I don't know if I'm supposed to be, but the foot's immobilized and that's what matters. And the bicycling is giving me lots of joy. So there's that. I'm still walking around the block. So the biggest question, I guess, remains is, would I have this surgery again now that I am 6 months post-op? Well, that's kind of a loaded question. I didn't have a choice, really, whether or not to have this surgery because it was an emergency surgery because I had lost feeling from here down and I had lost strength as well. So there was nerve damage happening that would not have been reversible had I not done the surgery. That said, however, for those of you who are considering this surgery on a non-emergency basis, my advice to you would be to get in and do physical therapy and do a lot of physical therapy. Find a physical therapist who does not take insurance but is an expert. I mean, we're talking like total expert in biomechanics and body movement and can treat you from head to toe and do the exercises every single day because that just might help you. I really, really hope it does. And that is my advice to you right now. Just all things being as they are, I am not having the pain shooting down my arm anymore. All of the pain that was pre-surgery is gone. So that's good. It's been replaced by muscle stiffness and some other pain. Oh, look, my finger's spasming again. Oh my gosh, I don't think you can see it. I don't know, can you? Oh, that's exciting. You probably can't because it's teeny tiny. Oh, I'm exciting. This is exciting. Maybe I'm starting to get some feeling back. I don't know. But anyway, wow, it's still going. Oh, wow. Oh, good. I hope that's a good sign. I think one of the most frustrating parts to this whole thing is the expense. This has been just ungodly expensive. We have a high deductible insurance plan like so many of you out there, and I feel like we just can't win. I feel like money is just burning. It's flying out of our accounts and it just sucks. I'm also paying out of for massage therapy, because it's been my experience that a lot of massage therapists that do take insurance don't do the best job. That's a blanket statement. I'm sure there are some out there that do a fabulous job. I just haven't found them yet. So I did find a wonderful massage therapist. I really like that, but at between $90 and $130 per session before tip, that adds up quickly. Again, all of this is adding up. I do believe we finally hit my deductible, but we still have 20% co-insurance, which is quite expensive as well when you're considering you still have to do x-rays, MRIs, and kind of more expensive visits to specialists. I think one of the other things I want to talk about is mental health. There are ups and downs with the mental health. This is a very, very long recovery process. And so when you get to start doing things again that you like to do, it makes you very excited, and that's great. Like, oh my gosh, I could mow the lawn. Yay, that was exciting. But then you have a day where you're like, oh, my head really hurts, I'm tired, I don't feel good, my whole body aches, and then your mood goes down. Or you do something like you go out and you get a boot because your tendon in your foot randomly snaps over your bone and then causes you to stop all of your activities that you were doing before and kind of backtrack in your progress, and then your mood kind of goes. So you just have to kind of be ready for that and focus on what you can do and just continue to do what you can do and go from there. When I was in PT the other day, I was working really hard and I was kind of in a funk. And then I looked around and I realized, I'm like, you know what? I am the only one in here that has had neck surgery and is in a boot and is here showing up to do physical therapy. I'm a warrior, I'm a warrior. Yes, I am a true warrior. So that is what being a warrior means. Okay, so about PT. I'm getting to the place now where the insurance company does not want to continue giving me more sessions of PT. So they're approving fewer and fewer sessions each time they have to review the process. Well, it's not the insurance company actually, or the physical therapy office. It's this third party group that basically you are supposed to fill out a questionnaire. So like what your pain is, can you work, can you not work? And that's it. They take a look at that. They might take a look at the physical therapist's notes and then they're like, oh yeah, you need more physical therapy, but we're only gonna give you 3 sessions. Or, oh yeah, you need a lot of physical therapy. We're gonna give you 12. But most of the time, by the time they're reviewing it, they're trying to cut you off from PT. So just know that when they do cut you off, just go ahead and appeal, because you'll probably win that appeal and earn yourself some more sessions. It is totally unfair that a company that is not run by medical doctors or physical therapists is determining whether or not you get to continue physical therapy. I mean, in my opinion, something like this, a surgery this major, you ought to be able to go to physical therapy 5 days a week, until you're better, like for a full year, if not longer. Because there's a lot of damage that happens with this head to toe. Oh, and that's the other thing is with physical therapy, they don't treat you head to toe at most places when you're covered by insurance. They can only treat the area that was operated on, which is totally stupid because, everything is connected in our bodies. I'm gonna do another episode on physical therapy in a couple of weeks, so just hang in there for that. I've got tons and tons of useful information that will be very helpful for you and will be beneficial in your recovery, regardless of what your injury is. And that's it. And so before I go, I just want to offer some words of encouragement to you. I have made huge strides forward. So yes, there have been a couple of setbacks. Yes, it's been a lot of work, but I am moving forward and I have gained so much mobility and so much strength back that at this point, I really can't be unhappy with anything. So that said, I am Amy Giaquinto. I'm Mama Fix It. If you like my episodes, please click that like button, the subscribe button, and share. Also, drop me a comment below. I would love to hear about your journey with ACDF surgery. Thanks so much, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Your support has been amazing. Have a wonderful day and keep moving. Bye.